Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Peyton Clark, and I'm here to help you achieve a lasting internal and external transformation through holistic and sustainable health and wellness tips so that you can feel your best, be your best, and therefore do your best. Today, we're diving into a very important topic: cortisol. Now, what exactly is it? What is it doing for your body? I'm seeing this topic talked about just more frequently, and while I think it's amazing and great that we as a society are starting to finally realize the importance of hormone balance in relation to your health and wellness journey, I'm also seeing a little bit of misinformation spread about cortisol and what exactly it is. And so that's really what I just want to take some time and dive into today. We're going to talk about why we need cortisol, why it's not all bad, what causes an imbalance, and then how to better care for our cortisol levels. Most women who come to us feeling exhausted, mentally drained, cannot lose the stubborn fat, and are just caught in a very vicious cycle of stress, overwhelm, and burnout. And this ultimately holds them back from being able to be their best self, to achieve that lasting confidence, or honestly to even show up better in their careers or for their family. More often than not, managing our cortisol is key to breaking free from this stress that starts to rule your life and achieve a holistic and sustainable transformation. So what exactly is cortisol? Cortisol is often misunderstood as the bad guy of our stress hormones, but that's not totally accurate. Cortisol is a hormone produced by our adrenal glands, which are located on the top of your kidneys, and it is needed for so many of our body's functions. We need cortisol for our body's fight or flight response, to manage our body's energy, and to regulate our metabolism and our immune function. We shouldn't be trying to get rid of stress altogether. We need cortisol. We need stress, okay? Without it, we'd struggle to wake up in the morning. We'd struggle to handle any kind of stress, whether it's a big stress and it's like a life-threatening stress, or maybe it's a small work task. We'd struggle to really be able to manage that and handle that. Cortisol is a part of our natural rhythm and is designed to help us to manage our day-to-day lives more effectively. Your cortisol levels naturally fluctuate throughout the day. So they peak in the early morning around 30 minutes after waking up to help us wake up, to help us feel more alert and ready to tackle the day. And this peak is often referred to as the cortisol awakening response. Then, as the day goes on, levels gradually decline. So they reach their lowest point later in the evening, which then helps us to wind down and prepare for sleep. This natural curve is very good and very necessary because it aligns with our circadian rhythm, and it ensures that we have the energy and the attention to tackle the day and the ability then to rest at night. So stress itself is not bad. This curve is divinely created with intent to motivate us to create, to work hard, to serve others, and to enhance our performance. The issue is when we have too much or too little, or there's an imbalanced curve because of this chronic stress. And in today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with high-speed, high-pressure demands. We have deadlines at work, so we may be faced with some longer hours. Then we're also juggling our kids' schedules or personal responsibilities. And these are challenges that our ancestors didn't necessarily face to the same extent or at the same speed. And while our modern lifestyle really just brings so many blessings and so many positives, like it is a blessing to live in this time and this day and age. But if we aren't aware and we let it get out of control, as we face the demands and distractions, this can throw our cortisol levels out of whack. Because of this, more often we are seeing symptoms like brain fog, constant fatigue, energy crashes, trouble sleeping, low motivation, frequent headaches, difficulty concentrating, lots of overwhelm, and just becoming easily irritated. Now, I want to kind of address a couple different ways that our natural cortisol curve that we talked about earlier can be disrupted. So one common disruption is a curve that is constantly elevated. So this means that your cortisol levels remain high throughout the day and throughout the night. They're never really dropping to allow your body to rest and recover. This constant elevation can lead to chronic fatigue, weight gain, increased susceptibility to illness because your body is just in a perpetual state of fight or flight. Another disruption is a curve that is constantly drained. And in this scenario, your cortisol levels are too low throughout the day from the time you wake up and the time you try and go to bed. This can leave you feeling exhausted, unmotivated, unable to handle stress. So you might wake up feeling feeling tired, struggle to get through the day, and experience just frequent energy crashes. This can be due to prolonged stress depleting your adrenal glands, which leads to what some people often refer to as adrenal fatigue. Lastly, there's the curve that is too low in the morning and then high at night. So basically the exact opposite of what we want. Ideally, like I said, cortisol should be naturally high in the morning to help us wake up and gradually decrease throughout the day to help us wind down. When this pattern is reversed, you might find it harder to wake up and then you feel sluggish throughout the day, only to feel wired and unable to sleep at night. This can severely disrupt your sleep patterns and your overall health. The most common imbalance is typically the constantly elevated cortisol levels, and that's the one that we're really going to focus on here. When we let our stress go uncontrolled and our cortisol gets too high, this can lead to weight gain, as our high cortisol levels causes the body to store fat, particularly around the abdomen, and this really is because our body is stuck in that fight or flight mode. You're constantly preparing for a perceived threat that just never really comes. It can also interfere with your ability to fall asleep or stay asleep. You might find yourself tossing and turning at night or waking up frequently, never really feeling rested. And over time, this lack of quality sleep can further compound your stress levels. And then at the same time, elevated cortisol levels can weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to illnesses. You may notice that you're catching every single cold that your kid brings home. You're getting sick multiple times a year and taking longer to recover each time. Your body simply just doesn't have the resources and the strength to fight off infections effectively. These imbalances are typically caused by our environment and our lifestyle. Stressful careers, lack of self-care, poor diet, excessive cardio, or even lack of movement, all of these factors can contribute to elevated cortisol levels. Now more than ever, especially in this modern lifestyle, it is so important to look after our bodies. Not just what the number on the scale says, but how we feel and how we operate. That is what will make an enjoyable, sustainable, long-lasting, positive transformation that helps you become your best self. The goal with our cortisol levels is to find a balance where cortisol is neither too high or too low. So how can you effectively navigate your stressful career, your personal duties, and everything else on your plate while also maintaining these balanced cortisol levels? Prioritizing sleep is one of the most effective ways to manage your cortisol levels. And the recommended amount of sleep is anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night to allow your body the time to rest and repair. And I think everybody feels their best on different amounts of sleep, so play around with what does feel right for you, but try not to consistently get less than 7 hours of sleep, because there are really detrimental effects on the way that you operate and the quality of the life you have when you're consistently undersleeping. Some things to help you with this is to create a calming bedtime or wind down routine to really improve the quality of your sleep. And this might include maybe some reading right before bed, some stretching, some journaling, anything to really shut your brain off so that you're not really stressing about what happened during your day or what's going to happen tomorrow or everything you have to do tomorrow. Instead, you're focusing on the present moment and you're just relaxing. Another great thing to do is make sure that your bedroom environment is conducive to sleep. So keep it cool, keep it dark, and keep it quiet. And investing in a comfortable mattress and the right pillows or blackout shades can also really make a big difference for your sleep. And I'm sure you've heard this before, but avoiding screens before bed is a must, because the blue light emitted by our phones, our tablets, computers, or TV keeps our cortisol levels high and interferes with the production of melatonin, which is the hormone that regulates your sleep. So try to put away all electronic devices at least an hour before bed, and if you have trouble falling asleep, try replacing this screen time with more relaxation techniques like deep breathing or guided meditations or stretching like we talked about. But setting up your sleep environment and sticking to a wind down routine will prepare your body for a restful night's sleep, ultimately helping to balance your cortisol levels. Because good sleep means less stress, and less stress means better sleep. Next, we have your nutrition. Eating a balanced diet rich in whole foods is necessary for maintaining healthy cortisol levels. So lots of vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and carbohydrates. These foods provide the necessary nutrients your body needs to function optimally and manage stress effectively. When you eat a diet full of processed foods, it can lead to inflammation within your gut and your brain, blood sugar imbalances, and both of these can cause increased stress on your body. And avoid excessive sugar and caffeine as well, as they can really just cause spikes in our cortisol and disrupt your energy balance throughout the day. Something that I think a lot of women don't know is that that eating frequently is just as important, as this helps to stabilize your blood sugar levels, which in turn then helps to regulate cortisol. I firmly believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and I think this might be a little controversial. Some people hate breakfast or swear that that's a myth, but I know from experience that my life has changed once I started to eat a nutritious, high-protein breakfast. This really just sets the tone for a positive day. It supports your metabolic health, and it gives your body and brain the fuel it needs to move you in the right direction and to move you through your day and your tasks. Incorporating regular physical activity into your routine is another key habit for managing and maintaining balanced cortisol levels. And you want to have a routine that includes a mix of cardio, strength training, and flexibility exercises. Cardio activities like walking, running, swimming, cycling, these can really help to reduce cortisol levels by promoting the release of endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. Strength training will then also help you build some muscle and improve your metabolic health, which just contributes to your overall health and your stress resilience. And flexibility is important to maintain a good range of motion, to reduce muscle tension, and to avoid injury. While keeping up with the routine is important, it's necessary, you also want to avoid overtraining, as excessive exercise can actually keep your cortisol levels heightened. Listen to your body, give yourself enough rest and recovery time between your workouts, and recovery also means that you need to prioritize your sleep. You need to take care of your stress and stress management. These two are key to proper recovery as well. A well-rounded exercise routine not only improves your physical health, but also enhances your mental well-being, making it easier to manage your stress effectively. So if your current routine is draining your mental health, it's making you feel exhausted, it's making you feel so sore you can't do anything else, that's a sign that maybe it's not the right routine for you. Practicing mindfulness techniques is another really great way to reduce your stress and to lower your cortisol levels. You can achieve this through deep breathing, through meditation, or if you're a Christian like I am, I find that when I seek God and I feel for His presence, I also achieve a sense of peace and presence in the now. Whatever you need to do to achieve this mindfulness, it's necessary because it helps you calm the mind, reduce anxiety, it takes your mind off of the stress and worry of life that we get so caught up in. It's so easy to be constantly thinking about what's next on your to-do list, rushing from task to task, or if you have big goals, maybe you're always trying to check off milestones and achieve, and you're just never really stopping to smell the roses along the way. All this is really doing for you is it's taking away your peace and it's further declining your mental state. And everything is so deeply connected. So when your brain is stressed, when you are stressed, your body gets stressed, and then your gut gets inflamed, and then it's just compounding on each other and it's making it worse. To stop this cycle, you have to learn to relax and to bring peace into your life. And this can be done anywhere, anytime, at no cost. Simply just take a few deep breaths, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, really focus on that sensation. This will activate the body's relaxation response, helping you to naturally and instantly lower your cortisol levels. Lastly, I want to talk about time management, because effective time management is often underlooked, but it can be so crucial for reducing stress, especially when you have a lot that you're juggling in life. And I'm sure you know the feeling all too well. You get caught in the hustle and bustle of life. You're jumping from task to task with 50 open loops in your brain, trying to figure out how everything will get done and how you'll have time to cook your family dinner, let alone even squeeze a workout in. I used to be so bad at this, and honestly, I'm still working on it. I feel like some people are naturally good at this. I am not one of those people, but what helps me is when I set aside 1 or 2 hours on the weekend or on a day off and just really start to plan out my weeks. I write out my tasks and then I assign them to time blocks throughout the week. So I leave a little bit of wiggle room, of course, for when things do change. I still try and be flexible and adaptable, but I put all of my workouts in there. I put my work hours, my appointments, my time with family, everything gets allotted a time. This helps me to take a step back and to make sure that not only am I spending my time in a way that is benefiting myself, my goals, my family, and the people that I want to serve. And again, like I said, I'm a Christian, so I want to make sure that all the time that I am reserving is going to fulfilling His ultimate mission. But I can also now, throughout my week, take action with confidence and not feel overwhelmed and stressed that I am doing the wrong things or spending my time on things I shouldn't be, or that things aren't going to get done. Because I took the time to plan ahead, I know that the time that I allotted for, I can really put my full focus onto that task. I typically just use Google Calendar and a notepad for this. Nothing really fancy, but you can definitely invest into some planners or different calendars or even a couple phone apps to really help you with this. Now, when you're in the thick of your workday, allow yourself regular breaks throughout the day. So take short breaks, like 5 to 10 minute breaks, to recharge your energy and improve your productivity. This is called the Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break to help keep yourself focused and refreshed. And during these 5-minute breaks, you don't just want to jump from your laptop screen to then scrolling on TikTok. You want to engage in activities that will help your brain to relax. So this might be like stretching or walking or deep breathing, anything that you feel like will give you a little bit of a breather from the chaos of the day. By managing your time effectively and incorporating regular breaks, you can reduce stress drastically. This way, by 5 o'clock, you are not just overwhelmed by stress, you have tackled it throughout your workday, leaving you much more motivated and energized after work than just being completely mentally drained. Well, that's all I have for you today. I really hope that this was helpful and that you're walking away with a plan to ditch the stressed out lifestyle, to manage your cortisol levels better, and to become a few steps closer to becoming the woman you know you're supposed to be. To help you dive even deeper into managing your cortisol levels, Healthy Soul Coaching Group put together a Crush Cortisol bundle packed with resources and recipes and tips and tricks that you need to effectively manage your busy professional lifestyle with your cortisol levels. So telling you exactly how to work out, how to eat, and a bunch of different lifestyle habits to pick up on that won't take hours out of your busy week and that will fit seamlessly into your life and into your career. Click the link below to get instant access sent to your email. Let me know what else you want to see on this channel. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next week. Bye.